Hello, children. Are you ready for some cutting up and kikiing? Are you ready for a gay old time? Well, I hope you are, because now it's time for Hey Qween with your host, Jonny McGovern.
Hey Qween, come on and spill the tea. Hey Qween, it's just a good old-fashioned kiki. Hey Qween, we're cutting up with Jonny. Hey, 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 hey. Hey Qween.
Hello, my little gay babies, and welcome to another delicious episode of Hey Qween with me, your host, Jonny McGovern. Oh, we have a drag-tastic show for you today. We are doubling your pleasure with two queens of comedy today. Yes, honey. Both Imfurst and Love Connie are invading Hey Qween. Oh, it's gonna be good. I'm breathless with anticipation. But before I bring them out, there's another queen of comedy I have to introduce. She puts the big in Big Mac. She puts the pounder in my quarter pounder with cheese. And she's my own personal Whopper. Supersized. It's Miss Lady Red Couture. Oh, hey, Queen.
Well, hey, Qween.
Well, should I say, hey, disco diva darling?
I know, this is a fun dress. I never wear this dress because it is just ugly. But, you know, you gotta make things work.
When you have 9 bazillion shows to do,
okay.
Sometimes you have to pull whatever's in the closet that has not been seen before out.
Baby,
and work all.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice. So this is like a tribute to feathers and unnecessary shit.
Yeah,
it's just
like,
a lot of glitter.
Like disco balls, like baby mama. You know what I mean?
It's true. This outfit works best under strobe lights.
Oh, yes, it does.
Yes, because then you catch all the, and then otherwise you're just like, oh, what the fuck does she have on?
What is she wearing?
What is she wearing?
Wait a minute, is that wig made of wrapping paper?
No, this is, it's much like tinsel, but it is very much yarn.
Oh.
Yes, it's 4 yards of yarn.
Oh,
it's
my.
Just so fun.
You're like Joanne's Fabrics naughty gal. Yes, look at all.
Yeah.
Look at all. I've never seen you
her.
shift it like that before.
I gotta be careful.
Do it again. Adam, give me a cunty beat for the shifting of the hair, please. Shift, and what, and then what, and shift. One more time, and shift, yes. You know, yarn flows nice around your head.
Okay, and all in my eyelash.
All in your eyelids.
Yes.
Well, Lady Red, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's an addition to my desk. You're no, I don't know what the fuck you talking
because
about.
you got so much shit on your desk.
Yes, I do have a lot of shit on my desk. I do. Well, now, viewers of the show will know by Terry Blaze made us this lovely little Jonny McGovern that sits on my desk.
Yes.
And then I had totally forgotten, but when we were off, he sent me the Lady Red edition. Can we get a close-up of her, please?
That is
look at her.
so neat.
Oh, so sweet. So shout out to Terry Blaze. He's going to be at DragCon, and he'll probably be selling these things there, so you could have it for yourself.
Yes.
What a dream.
A lovely keepsake from DragCon.
Isn't it nice that we can be together?
I
what do
love
you
that.
think? I want chicken. Oh, that's okay. Let's go together.
We should totally have
Give me a
that.
minute. I'm going to fuck this unicorn. Sup, player? Sup, player? Sup, player? Now get on your knees and suck my clit.
Oh.
Lady Red, please. Oh, coming soon, Hey Qween dolls. Can you imagine all of our adventures?
Oh my God, yes. Just a perverted time.
Oh, what a delight. Well, it's going to be a great show. Imfurst is here. Yes.
Yes.
And Love Connie is here.
Oh my God.
Oh, I love all of it. It's going to be so good.
Yes.
But before we bring them out, we've got to introduce Mr. Adam Joseph and our house band, the Go to Bed Wig.
Are you feeling really faggoty?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Oh, well, Lady Red, we got to get this mega show on the road.
All right.
We'll be right back with Imfurst and Love Connie.
It's time for you to cut up on Hey Qween.
everyone, Jonny here to let you know about our brand new website, HeyQween.tv. Not only do we have every single episode from every season of Hey Qween, but all of our side shows, Hot Tea, Judge Lady Red, He's Fit, Lady Red's Corner, Drag Cousins, Whoa Dude, and more. And most importantly, we have our brand new t-shirt shop with brand new t-shirt designs, including Every Boner is a Blessing. Hey Qween, look at her. Hello, children. Yes, Queen. Plus, tank tops for whores for the summertime. And don't forget, wear your Hey Qween shirts with me and Lady Red on them to show your support for everything Hey Qween. Buy them at HeyQween.tv.
Hey Qween.
Yeah! We're back. Our first guest is famous and infamous for some contact sport during RuPaul's Drag Race, but the bitch also has a brand new album she's about to release on the world. It's Mimi, I'm first. Yeah! Come on in. Come on, girl. Yeah! Hi, honey.
I didn't want to go in front of Mr. Adam Joseph.
No.
I was enjoying the song.
I know, it's very good. I really enjoy that song, Adam.
Usually they just tell me get the fuck out. I don't get a song. That's nice.
Well, we like to treat you good.
The last time I was in Hollywood, RuPaul was just shaking her head at me like, what the fuck?
Oh, girl.
Yeah, this is amazing. You got a new set. This is beautiful.
Yes.
Your couch is dressed like a deaf girl. I like it. And
okay.
it's a lot of sequins, and it's like, it's busy.
It's busy.
It's
That's
like,
correct.
It's busier than Jared the sandwich guy at Toys R Us. It's good. It's nice.
Thank you, Adam. Finally, the ba-dum-bum
Finally, we
girl.
have a guest that will just tell a nice one-liner.
Good one-liner. You know, it's good. It's good.
Well, Mimi, you're here. Lady Red, look at this beauty right here. I love this outfit.
Thank you. This was made for me by my friend Cleopatra in Philadelphia, and it's actually leftover costumes and denim from the original production of Hedwig off Broadway.
No.
Yeah. My friend did the costumes for it, and he had all this denim and all, like, you know, John and all of their costumes, and said here, and so we made this. So.
Well, that's like having the spirit of your favorite rock and roll musical with you whenever you wear this outfit.
Of course. So it's just fabulous repurposing and saving the world and stuff. So it's
And
good.
doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it. It's comfortable. It's got pockets, so you can like put, you know, drugs or your dignity in there, or whatever. It's
That's
good.
what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Lady Red, do you have my dignity in your purse?
No, but I'm drinking a little bit of it.
Oh, wait. Look at that. Lady Red has Jonny McGovern in her cup. Oh, that's sweet.
She looks beautiful over there.
Yes, she does. Like a gorgeous disco ball.
It's like-
Product placement.
It's like Tina Turner and Mad Max at the Thunderdome, but like going through a drive-through. It's good.
You're right about that. Well, Mimi, let's talk about the big, exciting news.
Yeah.
You raised $10,000 motherfucking dollars.
Yes.
And got your fans to get you the budget to make your dream album.
Yeah, they did. I have very loyal, awesome fans who like get me, which is great. So yeah, and I did a lot of live stream telethons to make it happen.
Oh, did you? Is that part of what you did?
Oh yeah, I was got on the live stream. I love Facebook Live; it's brilliant. And went on there and was like doing like, you donate $50, I'll call you right now on the air. And we would call them. And,
amazing.
Yeah, so it's good. It's one of my fans bought one of my dresses from All Stars, and they like put it up in like glass case, like the Hard Rock Cafe at some gay bar in Texas. So yeah.
You could go visit your old dresses.
I'm going to make a journey there to go see it. I can't wait.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's probably doing better hanging up than actually being worn on television. But,
Especially during All Stars, which was a difficult experience.
I don't know
can
what you're
imagine.
talking about
I know.
whatsoever.
I'll remind you later in the show.
Great.
But first, let's talk about the album because you've done a lot of music. You've done parodies. I mean, you and I know each other from New York from back in the day, honey.
Oh yeah, we're just like hanging out with everybody back home. It's great. This is nice and
wonderful. RuPaul. But, you know, and you were part of XLs, you was a girl group where you were rapping, but all of that was sort of not what you really felt was inside of you.
No, I mean, I grew up listening to, you know, like 90s rock. I mean, that's, you know, when I grew up, and that's what I like to listen to, you know, a lot of like Sublime and Green Day, huge inspiration.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I actually saw Hedwig and the Angry Inch that I was like, oh, you could put drag and rock together, and it just kind of inspired me. And, you know, when Drag Race happened, I felt propelled to do a certain kind of thing, and that's when myself and Zach Adam had the idea to put together Excel, and we found, you know, two really great, amazing girls to create the group with. But everybody kind of wanted different things, so that didn't really pan out in the end.
I know those bitches took your name and they left.
It was very Dreamgirls.
Was it?
It was that. It totally was in a lot of ways, you know. But it's like, you know, we wanted different things, and you know, they're doing whatever they need to do. But you know, I did some parodies because, you know, it's easy, it's cheap, it's fun, it's
and
simple.
you do it live anyway.
Yeah. So it's great stuff for like gay bars, you know. And but I've been working on this album actually for like a year and a half now. We're just like getting it together, getting the right songs. That's the most important thing for me is the songwriting. You know, I think, to be honest with you, like sometimes like these drag queens, they release songs. It's like, I'm fierce, I'm cunty. And I'm like, okay, but like, it's still going to be a good song at the end of the day. So spending time getting the songs right, and you know, it's good.
And what was the process? So did you raise the money first, or did you start working on it and then be like, I need this money to finish it?
I started working on it and was paying for a lot of it myself, and I needed a chunk of money to finish. You know, music is expensive, you know.
Yes, it is.
You know, so $10,000 is nothing.
Especially if you're using live instruments. And things
everything
like that.
is on this album. Everything is live. It's real drums, you know, guitar, bass, full string section on some of the songs. You know, it's like, and it's being recorded analog. You know, there's no computer involved. Siri is not recording this song, unlike some of the other girls. So.
Wait, hold on a second.
That was a shade right there. I can't. It's like, sort of got these girls like pick up their phone. They're like, Siri, record me a song. Use the following words, and they give that like it's like drag Mad Libs. And you know, so for me, it was like I have an amazing group of songwriters. Mostly a musician by the name of Mike Petrie, who I've known for a bazillion years, is an amazing musical theater writer, and he loves Green Day as much as I do, and loves a lot of the same references. And so that was kind of our jumping off point to work together. And the songs are just incredible.
And you're going to be really sharing what you think is more of the real you.
Oh yeah, I think this album is really, really personal. There are the songs on it. You know, I'm talking a lot about my experiences. Some of it about Drag Race, of course, and dealing with the aftermath of all of that, and a lot about, you know, just what's going on in my life and relationships and that kind of stuff. It's a really heartfelt album, and you know, I think that there are a lot of people out there who like drag, and there are people out there who are gay who also like rock music, and no one's doing it, you know. So I think that the response has been great so far. People are like, oh my God, finally. So it's good.
And it's going to give you a chance to change your narrative and really show your true personality.
Yeah, well, I have gay DD, and I like doing a lot of different things. So it's like, you know, like I want to know what I can do, and I want to like try something different, you know, because I get bored really easily.
And now, are you planning to do a little tour with like a 3-piece, like drums, bass, guitar type of?
I think so.
Trio?
We're gonna do some of that. I'm getting ready to go on the road to for the Divas of Drag tour, so I'm gonna be performing some of the material on the road with that. But yeah, I'm gonna do some rock clubs, and like, you know, I think it's gonna be interesting to figure out my place in the world with this album. Like, where do I do it?
Yeah.
You know. So I don't know. I want to go to rock clubs and do it. You know.
I think that's fun.
Yeah,
and
why
exciting.
not? Like, just show up like in the middle of nowhere, like this, just, you know, gigantic drag terrorist walks out, and you know, so it's gonna be fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
So let's go back, Mimi.
Where are we going? I don't trust you. I know you way too long, bitch.
Well, I mean, a memory that I really enjoy about you is when we were filming Big Gay Sketch Show, you came and opened for the taping. We were doing the live taping. And I remember we were walking up the street after the taping, and it was a cold motherfucking windy day, and you were like pulling your suitcase, and I was like, so girl, what's going on? And you're like, honey, I'm just doing whatever it takes to get myself in front of these motherfuckers and get on Drag Race. And not like, I don't think it was even a year later or 2 years later.
No, it was that year.
It was that year.
Yeah, it happened.
It happened. So you got in front of them, you got on there, and then you arrived. And it was not quite as you imagined.
Well, no. No, not at all. The thing about Drag Race is I don't care who you talk to. You can know and be best friends with a bunch of girls on the show. You can watch every goddamn episode, but like nothing prepares you for that moment that you walk through that hot pink sweatshop.
Yeah.
You know, like nothing will prepare you for the experience that is RuPaul's concentration camp for wayward girls. Like nothing. It's a crazy experience, and it's not real. It's nothing about the environment of being separated from your friends and being sleep deprived and being fed like day old Baja Fresh is conducive to being creative, and to that negativity is hard. It's just nothing will prepare you for it.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of, I don't know, it felt like that you got picked on a lot by the queens on that season.
It was cutthroat. That season, I will say this, that I think that season 3 had, as far as all the girls, like the girls who had the most real life experience working in bars, all of those queens, it's before the time when girls started doing drag because of Drag Race.
Right.
All of those girls had been working for years at entertaining, and they were really well-rounded, solid entertainers. And so we all wanted it bad.
Yeah.
We all wanted it, and all of those girls could have got it.
But they did not.
But they did not. They did not, and some of us are still working, and so it's good. It's
right.
good.
Now let's go back to the spin heard around the world.
Yeah.
It was your moment. You were who is it? India Farrah and you were
Yes.
battling it out.
Yes.
On the stage.
Yes.
And then take me through the thought process that led to the lift and spin.
Well, I said, well, if I'm going home, which there's a 50-50 chance,
right,
depending on RuPaul's mood that day, I'm going to make sure y'all don't forget it. And, she went off the stage, which they told us not to.
Right.
And so RuPaul, made it a rule. And so it's very funny that afterwards, people blamed me, and they call it the Mimi Imfurst rule. It's actually the India Farrah rule.
Oh.
She got off the stage. I was just enforcing the rule and putting her back on the stage.
By force.
So, get back up here, bitch. So, but it's very funny because it actually wasn't the first time I ever did it on television. I did it on ABC News, which was before Drag Race, and I actually did it in my audition tape while lip syncing to a RuPaul song.
Well, lifting someone up on your shoulders and
yes,
twirling?
I used to do it in my. I don't know. Adam saw me in New York. I used to do it. It was like I can't do a death drop.
Right,
that
right.
sounds dangerous. Like if I do a death drop, Malaysian airplanes will continue to fall from the sky. So it's like I played football in high school. Like I'll pick a bitch up and spin them around, and I've never dropped anybody to this day.
Right.
And that is consistency, and it is a underrated skill. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was entertaining. I don't think it was.
It definitely was that.
It was, it's not expected.
Right.
And I was like, I'm going to make sure y'all have a good TV show. Mm-hmm. And they put it in every goddamn trailer.
Well, they sure did, honey.
It was very funny because Ru, at the finale taping, really, tried to get me to admit that I should never have done it. And she literally went down the line. She was like, and what do you think? And what do you think? In the order they got eliminated, which is just
damn.
right down the line. And then she came back to me. She goes, so do you still think that? And I said, yeah. And I said, you put it in every commercial, so you knew it.
Right.
It makes for good TV. I get it that you should not walk around and pick up people, but
that was your signature move.
it was just something. It's stupid. It's so ludicrous, and they chastised me for it in season 3. But then in season 4, it was an entire challenge.
Right.
So I got mine, and it's just it's just not what you expect, and it is entertaining, and it is outrageous.
Right.
And I think drag should be all of those things.
Yeah.
So it's just funny because people are like. I meet people at meet and greets you're not going to pick me up, are you? I walk around with the uncontrollable urge to pick things up. But yeah, it was, it's, God bless it. I'm still working because of it. So
yes, we
say what you
certainly
want
got
about
them
it.
Talking, honey,
say what you want about
it.
it.
Again.
My bank account says, thank God you did it.
Ching, ching.
Yes.
So you'd worked so hard to get on Drag Race. You got on Drag Race. It was kind of like a cunt fest.
Sure.
And then you got on, the show starts airing, and then that must have been a very difficult moment because there's always somebody who gets the shade or the shady edit or whatever it is, and then suddenly you're going from being a celebrated queen in New York to suddenly being, talked about by everybody around the internet in not always the nicest way. What was that? How did that feel, and what was that experience like?
It was probably one of the hardest points in my life. There are two low points. One was when I came out to my family and I was literally homeless and sleeping on the streets. Yeah. And I would say Drag Race was another time like that. And here I am on the biggest gay show in the entire world. All of a sudden having who I am elevated to this like high level and being spat on by the entire world. And no, RuPaul did not tweet people and tell them to stop sending me death threats, Jasmine Masters, none whatsoever. So it was really hard. I remember very clearly when it was airing, I had 30 clubs across the country who had sent deposits who said, don't show up.
No.
Yeah. It was like, that's hard.
Wow.
That's hard to deal with. Now, when they book me now, but but it was really difficult. It was really difficult, but the thing I learned about it, and the thing I learned about myself, and I'm like just kind of like, it's weird how the universe teaches you lessons. It gave me a really tough skin. And now I'm like, bring it on,
like,
universe.
Who gives a shit?
Like when you've had that happen, you take everything with you take the things that aren't serious with a grain of salt or whatever the saying is. But so yeah, it was very hard. I would not lie and say that it was easy. And it like ruined my self-confidence. I was really in a dark place. Yeah. But it taught me a lot. And I got a tough skin, and that's kind of like a lot about what my album's about too, like that experience, like, and that's why the album is called The Fire, because fire is a transformative medium. It can burn you or it can harden you. Yeah. And Drag Race was like that for me. So, but I say this, and I want to be clear that I am very thankful and blessed for that experience. Like to be selected by Ru and World of Wonder and having them ask you to come be a part of something, not once, but twice. Yeah. And to be, to get a great group of fans. Like, my fans get me. Yeah. The kind of the cool thing about being, having the bus being driven over you by RuPaul, like, it's like you kind of get people who are, my fans like saw that and they identified with that, and the people who follow me are people who understand and have had hard things happen to them in life, and are inspired to be stronger for it. So,
like you had mentioned, when you were 16, when you came out to your family, they kicked you out of the house. Yeah. You were homeless for a little bit. I mean, it had to like fend for yourself. You already moved away. I think you were living with your aunt, right? At that time. Yeah, my parents had a divorce, and it was a very unstable environment, and I was close to my aunt growing up. So I was never close to my dad growing up, more close to my mom, but my mom left the situation, just like left. She had her own stuff she was going through. And I moved in with my aunt, and I realized I was gay really quickly. Like, I never went through a period of being unsure of it. It was something that I was completely unaware of, and then all of a sudden it was like a light bulb went off. And I didn't have any issue with it. I told my friends, I was whatever, but I was not out to my family. I had never met anybody who was out, and my aunt is a very conservative Catholic in Catholic Maine, which is like there's nowhere to run. No, there's in Catholic Maine.
No, there was just the closest store was like a mile away. Like it was like the middle of nowhere. Yeah, and when I was actually, do you remember XY magazine? Yeah. Yeah, softcore porn for teenagers. I actually just found a box of them the other day. You did? Like 50.
That's the greatest
I gotta do something with them.
Oh, yes, you do.
Make a dress or something. But so I had a copy of XY with me at school, which looking back, I'm like, how? Why? What a fucking faggot. But I was reading the XY magazine on the school bus.
Oh, bitch.
And the kids started making fun of me for it, whatever, and the bus driver pulled over the bus on the side of the road and asked what the fuss was about. So I showed him, and he took it, and he looked at it, and he looked up, and he said, "What are you reading this for, faggot?" Oh. And I went to go take it back, and he pushed me up against the bus seat. Oh. Yeah, and I ran off the bus in tears and ran home, and I was basically outed to my family by my school. Wow. And my aunt she had 2 young kids at the time, and I was living with them. And, people don't know. This is also not now. This is 15, 16, 7, well, it was a while ago.
It was a while ago, and it was in Catholic Maine, where there was no anything.
There was nothing. And so, I tell this story now, and it's important to me to acknowledge, to not villainize my family for this story. Because I think oftentimes gay people, when we tell these stories, we blame those people. It's like, those people, our family members, they have to go through their own coming out process. And at that point in time, my family was not accepting of it.
Right.
And I ended up, that night, there was a physical altercation at my house, and she refused to let me leave. She called the police, and the police told me I couldn't leave, and it was a physical situation, and I didn't feel safe. The police did nothing. I mean, this is Maine again.
Yeah.
And the next day, she called my dad and told him I was gay, and asked if I wanted to talk to him. And of course I was like, no.
Right.
And she took all the phones out of the house, the plug from the modem, the fax machine, everything, because she worked from home, and took it and ran some errands. And I was stuck in the middle of nowhere with nowhere to go. And I was like, I don't know what the situation is going to be. I eventually found an old phone in the garage that could only call out. It wouldn't ring. The ringer was broken.
It's like a
so I was
Stephen
trying
King
to call.
story.
It was. It was like, I left that day and didn't really have any family to turn to. And I lived on the streets for a while.
Wow.
And
the streets of rural Maine?
I went to Portland, Maine, which was a little better.
Right.
A little better.
But still, that's so scary. You're 16 on the streets.
Yeah, and the thing about being homeless and being gay is that there are not, it's better now, but there are still not great programs for homeless LGBT youth whose only problem is someone else's homophobia. There are programs in place if you have a substance problem or your family has a substance problem or it's abusive or whatever. But if you are over the age of 15 and you are a male and you don't have a substance problem, you are not a high priority by a lot of government services. Yeah. And a lot of people don't want to adopt a 15-year-old boy.
That's definitely a hard situation.
That's past the cute point. And so we had a hard time finding me resources. I had a great organization in Portland, Maine called Outright, who was really fundamental. But for a while, I was sleeping in shelters, which are not safe for LGBT young people, because they said okay, boys over here, girls over here. Well, that don't real work.
That's
in
not
your
gonna work when you
heteronormative
find out
society.
you're like, hey, faggot.
Yeah, no, but. So I was living on the streets. I was a little twinky, little homosexual. I slept with people for money and for food and did whatever I needed to survive. I was staying at friends' houses. I got a job working at the mall and had to walk, a couple hours to get there and put myself into school. And it was the only thing I do to focus myself. Yeah. So I was going to school, trying to do homework, not having a home.
Oh my gosh.
It was a really crazy time, and it was luckily I got out of it pretty quickly. And finally we were let's call PFLAG. And they called PFLAG, and the coordinator was calling around. And one day she ran into this woman who's a social worker, and the woman who's running PFLAG was clearly distraught. She just got another rejection for a place for me to live, and the social worker said, "What's wrong?" And she told her the story, and she said, "Well, let me talk to my partner." And they called her back and said, "We'd love to meet him." And I went the next day and had lunch with them, and I moved in that night.
Wow.
And they took me in, and we were a family for all intents and purposes. And then only years later, they actually physically adopt me legally, because just for protections in case something happened.
So that was when you were 24 or something like that?
They adopted me when I was 24. So, but they took me in when I was 16.
Yeah.
So, but they were my family in every way. And one's a lawyer, one's a social worker. So it's kind of we weren't too worried. But yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's something to have gotten through. I mean, it just is a victory. And lesbians fixed it. They do everything. Lesbians fixed the problem.
Yeah, and it was great because it it taught me a lot about love and like the importance of being surrounded by people. Like, we didn't have any legal protection. I could have walked out the door at any moment. They didn't adopt me, but they could have said, you need to leave. But it was because we were like, let's figure it out. And it was fun. I mean, trust me, a teenage drag queen, like, we got in fights. I would like sneak drag to school. Like, they were okay with me going to school dressed as a woman, but for them, there was a very clear difference between like being in drag and being a woman. And I was like, but I'm trans, mommy. It was like such a bratty little kid with it. But like one day I remember there's this great story. I went down the stairs wearing this like sequin dress and a gigantic afro. And mom was like, you can't wear that to school. And I was like, I hate you. You're not even my real mom. And it was like a full on fight. And she was like, you can't. So like, so I went upstairs to change and it was like a big fight. And I put the dress and the wig in my backpack and went in the bathroom at school and I changed and got in drag and I went to class and got in trouble because my wig was too big and the girl behind me couldn't see. And she said, the teacher told me, you gotta take it off. I refused. I was like, I'm trans! You can't do that! And, I didn't know. I didn't know the difference at all at that age. And, and that day was parent-teacher conference days. I forgot. And so my mom found out I was grounded.
Wow.
Because my wig was too big, but
Your wig was too big.
Now I'm making a living off of it, so.
Well, you certainly have the fire inside to keep going and to get through all the drama of Drag Race and come out on top, honey.
And when I see these girls complaining about Drag Race ruining drag or whatever, they're complaining about this and that in their empty calendars. I'm sorry. If I'm still working, there's no reason why anybody who's not been blessed by the hand of Ru to continue to have a busy calendar. So it's all about your perspective in the world and what you make of it. Have fun.
It's good. And your new album is coming out next week, right?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yep, it's called The Fire. It's on iTunes. It'll be on iTunes and Amazon and Craigslist, I'm sure. And music videos coming out. And yeah, it's great. So
exciting.
Check it out.
You did it. Where can you find it? MeMeI'mFirst.com?
You can go to MeMeI'mFirst.com. Everywhere.
All right, we'll do it, honey. Well, congratulations. You made it through the fire, honey. And
Thank you.
Now putting out the fire yourself. And darling, you've turned it so fiercely, you snatched your trophy, honey. Yeah!
Shit,
That's happening.
This is you.
Yes, and you also won yourself a lap dance.
Oh my God!